Hello, everybody. Final Richie. Don't worry, be happy. I can't believe I'm saying that. Can't believe I'm naming a video that because I can't stand that song. In fact, I wrote a song back in the 80s called Don't Worry, Be Miserable. Probably was performed twice. I talked about that little thing in my, what was it, Vinyl Tag 2018. That was one of the songs that I wrote. Anyways, I wasn't going to enter this, but I watched a couple entries today, and it got me thinking. I mean, because the whole idea of, show records that make you happy, the connotation that I immediately get is it's light, it's kind of, it's happy-go-lucky, and I hate that kind of shit for the most part, The first person that came to my mind, though, was Buck Owens. And this is Buck Owens, It's a Monsters Holiday. Thought I'd show that since it was Halloween yesterday. We got absolutely no trick-or-treaters. Our house is kind of in the back. It's kind of dark. Nobody's going to send their kid back here. And I got one more, Buck Owens, Tall Dark Stranger, which kind of illustrates, even though Buck Owens kind of has that light, happy feel, he had that dark undercurrent, Tall Dark Stranger. Great song. Another type of music that kind of makes you happy, and it's not really lighthearted, is funk. And this is at least side one of this is great. Lakeside, Fantastic Voyage. There's the fellas on a pirate ship. Oh shit. Another funk one. Great album. Skin Tight. I mean, look at that album cover, man. That makes me happy. And gotta show Funkadelic. Live album from 1971. Great double album. Another album it's kind of lighthearted. I don't know if it's lighthearted, but it's a happy album, and it's Cyndi Lauper. She's so unusual. Girls just want to have fun. My favorite song on here is Time After Time, but this is especially side one of this is just fantastic. Great album. Another guy I guess you could say makes you happy, at least the song Honky Cat. And in my last video, I said I got rid of all my Elton John, except for 3. Well, I lied. There's 2 more that I didn't get rid of. 2 of his earlier great albums. These 2 are especially for DJ Hippie Kit. He said he loves him some Elton John. Now, some recent music that I got turned on to that by Richard Riley, that I can't listen to this. As soon as I start listening to this, my foot starts tapping. I don't know what it is. And it's Tuba Skinny, Blue Chime Stomp. And this is their other one I have, Owl Call Blues. Fantastic. Makes you happy, So, very cool. Check out Tuba Skinny on YouTube. They play a lot of, there's a lot of videos of them playing out on the streets of New Orleans. Now, there's one album here that has given me more laughs than any other album I've ever played, except for maybe a comedy albums. And I was thinking about showing 5 comedy albums, but I thought, you know what, people might get offended by me saying, that nigger's crazy, the Richard Pryor album. And I don't want to offend anybody. But anyways, music albums, the one that has brought more smiles to my face, and people that have come over from probably the late 60s, early 70s up until present is this album here. The Plastic Ono Band, Life, Peace in Toronto, 1969. Side 2 of this, the Yoko Ono side, is always good for a barrel of laughs in this house. Fantastic. Yeah. Good rock and roll always makes me happy. The Ramones, no exception. This is just a cool album. It was when this came out, it was like nothing else. Just quick songs. And I always like to show off my autographed copy. The Ramones debut. Another type of music that always makes me smile is garage, 60s garage. This was a record store day comp that's really cool. And another series is the Back from the Grave series. This is volume 10. That's a great series. But yeah, I dig garage. And it gives me that warm, fuzzy feeling inside. Now, in the 80s, I mean, I went to a lot of gigs in the 70s. But I would say in the early 80s to around 86, I went to probably almost one every weekend. I mean, there were some years in there I was going out Friday and Saturdays, typically, to gigs, punk gigs mostly, but not always. I would say maybe 87 to 89, I slowed down a lot. And I was living in a 2-bedroom house, and we used to have, I guess for lack of a better word, we used to have TV parties at my house. And Tom would come over, Chris, Robert, Dave, and I don't know, we would just, sit around, mostly watch videos, a lot of B movies, horror movies, Andy Warhol's films, just off the, beaten path type stuff. But there were certain records that we used to play, and these records remind me of those days, and they make me happy. And one of them is the Angry Samoans. You got the Todd Killings, My Old Man's a Fatso, They Saved Hitler's Cock, Homosexual, stuff like that. You Stupid Jerk. Just really good, happy songs, This album, we used to have a good time listening to this one, and this band here, Doggy Style, especially this one, Doggy Style 2. Angry Samoan, a lot of their songs, they had two singers, singing in the same song. Same with this, and they would trade off lyrics. But yeah, this has some really good, funny songs, Having Sex with 976. And I don't know, just pretty fun album. And another band that we used to have a lot of fun with was the Beastie Boys. Not so much this album, but their first, the License to Ill and Paul's Boutique. But I thought I would show this one. What is this called? Pollywog Stew EP. This is when they were still a punk band. And always the life of the party at those TV parties we used to have was G.G. Allin. This is Freaks, Faggots, Drunks, and Junkies. Just some great songs on here. Crazy ass shit, Suck My Ass, It Smells, Dog Shit. Caroline and Sue. Some I don't want to say. And this one here. These are the first two G.G. Allin albums that I ever bought, and I used to play these quite a bit, and I think it used to annoy my friends more than anything. This one's cool. It's got Suck Dog, Tough Fucking Shit, Stink Finger Clit, Scars on My Body, Scabs on My Dick. And it's got a Garbage Dump, a Charles Manson cover. And, we used to have a good old time at the house. And if I wanted to get, especially with Tom, because he lived just 2 houses over, if I wanted to get rid of Tom, all I had to do was put on a Morrissey, and Uh, just like clockwork. Oh, I'll see you later, dude. But I guess the bonus part of this video is, what got you into music, and and the in tying in with the TV parties, I'd have to say drugs. There's nothing like sitting around the campfire, laughing, frying on mushrooms or acid, and listening to good music. Take care, everybody. Oh, this is a contest entry. God, I mentioned this at the end. I'm sorry, Steve. For Steve Carlson's 200 to infinity subs. Take care. I'll leave a link to Steve Carlson's channel. Sub him. He's a really funny guy.